setting records.
Cliff diving is a real test of human capability.
Massive dive, oh my lord.
Unstoppable, unmatchable.
It is staring your fears straight in the face.
5-10s.
It's a competition, it's a World Series. You have to do your best dives.
Yeah, buddy! That's how you do it.
It's like no other sport in the world. Taking a deep breath and making that leap.
That is what you call a rip entry.
For us as cliff divers, the Red Bull Cliffdiving World Series is the pinnacle event in our sport.
It's the toughest event that we can face.
It's not just about being the best on that day. You have to perform at a level throughout the whole year, and that's why it's the toughest challenge.
What makes cliff diving different from pool diving, if you go to diving in a pool in France, in Colombia, in Australia, they all look the same. You know, same height, same depth, same color of the water, all the conditions are controlled, everything is there for you to dive. So you're only going there to thinking about, yeah, the dive you're gonna do. When you go to cliff diving,
Orlando Duque!
we're gonna change everything for you almost every dive.
One thing I've learned over the years in cliff diving is planning what you're going to do at which competitions, it just doesn't work. You have to be able to adapt, and you need to be mentally prepared for these sort of things, but also prepared to have all your plans be thrown in the bin.
Sometimes you're gonna be standing on a bridge and you look down and it's fine, you know, you're just dropping straight down. Some other time you're gonna be on a cliff, you can barely place your feet in the right position for the takeoff. And sometimes at a platform where there's this big swells and the water is constantly moving. So it's a big challenge every single dive.
Macaulay, not bad, Joey. Handling the swells and the waves torpedo-like. Brilliant dive.
And I think that's what we like. It makes us think, it makes you, you know, stay a little bit more sharp. It doesn't become like repetitive or automatic. You have to stay sharp constantly.
Yeah, there's 5 judges looking and picking the dive apart. They're looking for a strong takeoff, grace and elegance and good form in the air, and then as little splash and a vertical entry as much as possible.
Cliff diving is a real test of human capability. You're tested mentally and physically. The fear you feel going up 27 meters onto a cliff or a building and putting yourself through that challenge is like no other sport in the world. And yeah, you really see what you've got in your guts and what you're made of up there on the platform.
Naturally, there is an element of fear in cliff diving. Personally, I've always interpreted that as a defense mechanism we have. Is natural, is in our brains. It just tells you, be careful, this is high, you're gonna get hurt. There is a second element of fear, and is the difficulty of the dives we're doing. We know what we're doing. However, there is always a chance that something goes wrong in the air. And what happens if something goes wrong in the air is less than 3 seconds of free fall. You're gonna hit the water and you're gonna hit it hard. So that also makes you scared.
A lot going on in the air on that one, Joey.
These dives carry a lot of risk, and one of the big fears of all the athletes is getting lost in the air, and particularly with a dive like this.
You know, you're trying to get rid of that little voice in your head that's telling you, pretty much not to do what you're about to do.
Yeah, it's not just the best divers are fearless. I think it's more the best divers learn how to use that fear to their advantage and to make that fear become your weapon and to make sure that that keeps you on your toes.
Gary Hunt, it is very rare you ever see an athlete of this caliber.
When you have a World Series, to win one of the events is really difficult. However, to win the whole season, to be the overall champion, it's so difficult that it's only been, I think, in the men 4 champions and in the women 2.
There we go, champagne splash for Rhiannan Iffland.
So Rochelle Simpson, the series champion.
The sport has grown so much from when we started '99 to today. I think the level of competition has just gone to a point where we never thought it was going to get to, not just in terms of difficulty, but quality. The dives being done today, we couldn't even dreamed of before.
Popovich. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 tens.
It's amazing. I have to pinch myself that I can choose cliff diving as a career path, and people are blown away that that's what I do for a living.
What? No way! That was insane.
It just shows how much the fear and the challenge connects with everyone. Everyone knows what it feels like to jump in the water, to be scared, and I think it's that connects with the people.
There it is. Nice, Lexia. Unsure.
You're not jumping, of course.
Okay, that's fine.
It? Okay,
no,
now
no. I
lean a little bit.
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Work.
Crash.
I was going to say ouch. Backwards.
Champagne.
Win. Success.
Diving.
Nice.
That was easy.